So are we unmuted?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get it started. I'm just letting everyone know we are recording. This is just so other teams who couldn't quite make it can still see what we're talking about. Yeah, so I'm Amin. I'm the scouting lead from 1261.
And I'm Naisha. I'm the business lead from 1261. So we created this seminar to kind of influence stronger PCH scouting alliances. We want to continue facilitating positive and stronger relationships in PCH and make sure like everyone wins on the scouting side of things.
There you go.
Disclaimer, we want to emphasize that this is 1261's approach to scouting. There's not really a truly right answer as to what tools are right or wrong, and different things work for different teams, so we're just sharing based on how we experience things. So who are we? 1261 was established in 2004. This is our 20th anniversary this season. We're a team of students, teachers, parents, and mentors. We emphasize hands-on engineering, business, and leadership skills. So today, we're going to accomplish a few things. What the importance of scouting is, who and what is RLD, why we scout, how we scout, and the app walkthrough. Okay, so this is Jacob. He's a mentor for 2468, and he is from RLD, the platform that we use to scout.
Hey, is it my cue to start talking?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. By the way, guys, I hope you guys can all hear me and my mic's just fine. I just got my Zoom re-logged in and everything this morning, but I really appreciate you guys putting this on. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure a lot of you haven't heard of Real Life Data, but I'm the CEO of Real Life Data. And Real Life Data is a small startup here in Austin, Texas, that's looking to change the way that corporations and companies do their data science at the speed at which they get their data systems and data solutions implemented into their business. And when 1261 asked me to come talk to you guys, they asked me to talk a bit about what RLD is and why we're working with FRC. But before we get to that, I know that you guys are talking a lot about why it's so important, and I kind of want to drive that point home for a moment. I did a little bit of scouting back in the day when I was part of FRC, and the thing that I'm starting to learn a lot now, and I'm sure you guys are very aware of, is that data is bigger and more important than it's ever been, right? So go to the late 1800s, people just started using things like statistics, averages, standard deviations to start making decisions. And now all of this data stuff is part of our lives every day, right? You guys have probably used ChatGPT. You guys have probably done, a whole bunch of, using Google, using Amazon. All of this stuff is incredibly important, and it's really heavily ingrained into what we do now. And it's only going to get more and more like that, right? We have these models, right? These AI models doing billions upon billions of, little things with a whole bunch of data points all the time. They're taking in more data in 1 second than any of us could look at in probably our entire lifetimes. And it's not only big right now, but it's projected to continue to be big. I know I can't go to the next slide, but can you guys go to the next slide for me? So I just found these numbers the other day, and I think these are really impactful, right? So look at a few of the things that people do a whole lot. Data analytics, right? Looking through data, coming up with insights. That's a lot of the stuff that you guys do with scouting. We look at artificial intelligence, which you guys have been hearing a lot about recently. And then also cloud computing. This is stuff like Amazon and Google does. It's worth a lot of money right now. And you can see from that projection for 2030 is expected to get even bigger. And for those of you who know compound interest, you'll see those numbers below: 29.4% per year, 15.83% per year. That's pretty incredible. There's not a lot of professions, there's not a lot of markets and all that stuff that are going up that much. And all of this is to say that you guys are going into a world that's going to be so full of data and trying to understand that data. And I cannot overstate how important it is to know that stuff really well. So this is why, part of the reason why I started RLD, but I'm also a mentor for Team 2468, Team Appreciate. You guys might have heard of them. And one of the other reasons that I started RLD is because, well, my students were getting a chance to do scouting every year, but I noticed that they were struggling a lot to just get a solution made, and they didn't have the time to really start to learn what I'm trying to say right here, how important data is. Why are insights so awesome? You know, they spent a ton of time just getting it to work, that once it was implemented, they didn't get a chance to really use it and really get to, you know, do a whole lot with their data, is what I like to say. So I started working on a little, little side project that ended up turning into this large company, because we found out that, well, everybody has this issue, right? Even just finding this data, by the way, was using, or this marketing stuff right here, was a whole lot of data analysis and going through all this stuff. So again, I can't overstate how important that is. And that's why I was really excited to start working with this company. And so I started doing a free open beta with FRC. So for those of you who might not have heard, RLD, right, we are a solution for doing data systems and stuff like that. And we started a free open beta for every FRC team. So what does that mean? Thanks. I was about to ask you guys to change the slide. So what does that mean for you guys? Well, if you want to just figure it out, you can go to our website, you can take a look, and you can go to our wiki page, see kind of what RLD can do. And I know that 1261 is going to show you guys a little bit of what they've done with RLD. But you can use RLD to implement all of your scouting stuff if you want to. You can use it to just do qualitative, just do pit scouting, whatever. And it's this awesome opportunity for you guys to learn about all the stuff that just popped up on screen there. And this is what I like to tell my students over at 2468 is, when you're doing this scouting stuff, you're learning some of the most important skills you're probably going to get in your whole life. You're getting a base for something that is, like I said multiple times, more important than maybe anything else that's happening right now, right? And you'll probably see, some of these on here. You probably know what some of them mean. Maybe you don't know what all of them mean. This isn't even all the things that knowing data, data analysis, data science applies to. This kind of stuff makes you a better citizen. This makes you a better, business guy. This makes you a better programmer. It makes you better at a whole lot of stuff. So I would love it if you guys checked out RLD, but I think what 1261 is doing here is really awesome. And I want to encourage you guys to kind of spread it around. Don't keep your data to yourself. If you talk to any really good data scientists, they'll tell you that one of the most important things when you're going through and doing your data is you have to have a lot of data, and you'll take data and put it together with other pieces of data, and you can't get anything from just one place. You need to have it from everywhere. So for you guys to be able to make better decisions, for you guys to be able to do and learn a lot of this stuff from your scouting, you need to be working with each other. You need to give each other, data. You need to learn from each other. You need to see what other people are doing. A lot of this stuff is really important, and sharing it around makes it so you guys can learn even more and get even more done. And hopefully it leads you guys to getting better decisions for your team. Maybe you can come up with better strategies, maybe even build a better robot. So 1261, when they asked me to do this, I was really excited because, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about this stuff. I love data. I love having the people around me know a whole lot about it. And I really hope you guys, by doing this stuff, get to learn a whole lot more and hopefully be prepared for this world I was showing you earlier, where in 2030, there's going to be so much data and there's going to be so many jobs for it, that I want you guys to be a part of that. So I know that I was only given a bit of time, so I want to leave you guys with just one thing before you get into looking at, okay, why do we scout? Why do we do all this cool stuff and how we do it? So here's my thought for you guys that I want to leave you with, is that in the next 20 to 30 years, we're going to do things with data that no one on this call, no one listening to this later on, is ever going to imagine. Until that time comes, this stuff is going to be absolutely insane. And we're not going to know what that is for a while, but the people who come up with those insights, who get that data, all of that stuff is going to change our lives, and it's going to be We're going to be using data more than we have ever used in human history. And I want you guys to be the people who do that really cool stuff. I want you to be the guys who make those insights, who create those companies, who implement those solutions, all using data. And the best way to do that is to get started and go scouting for your FRC team. Go help each other, go help other teams, go give them data, go talk about it, and be a part of this, scouting FRC community that's popping up here. So thank you guys so much for the time. I appreciate it. And yeah, good luck at your competitions. I hope the scouting goes well. I hope you guys make some good insights, decisions, and strategies. So thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. We really appreciate it. You did great.
All right, guys.
Okay, here you go. So why should you guys scout? So scouting is really important for competitions, and I feel like a lot of teams and people in general don't realize the importance of scouting. It really helps you like understand what you're good at, what other people are good at, and just like your performance depends on how well your scouting will be. So I just want you guys to like really understand the importance of scouting, and I want you guys to take that away from this meeting. And yeah, so that's why we think you guys should scout. And so this is how we scout. So first we come into our comp knowing what we're good at. And sometimes data might prove us wrong, but a lot of the times we generally know what we're going to be good at. And we emphasize our data, and we use this to find out our strategy. And then during our align selection, we look at our data and we sit there and we look at it and like, okay, this team's covers our flaws and we can cover their flaws. Let's work with them. We'll look at our qualification matches and see have we played with these teams. And if we played with these teams, do we do well with them? And that's really important because sometimes you guys are more compatible with each other than you are with a team that may be better than them. And we also make sure our scoutings are not overwhelmed because scouting can be very it takes a lot of your attention. So it's hard to sit there and scout 80 matches plus and all in one sitting. So we like to give our scouters some breaks. We usually do a rotation where we have maybe 6 scouters scouting the matches, and then they swap out after like 10 matches, 6 more. We just keep that up, and that way you don't burn out your scouters because it is a hard thing to do. So data. It's important to have an easy way to read your data because you're collecting all this data. You want it to be easy. There you go. You want your data to be easy to read, and if during align selection especially, you want to make sure we're not taking too long. So we have our data set up over here, and we make sure everything is very clear. So we have teleop amps. This is how many pieces they're scoring. Teleop speakers, how many pieces, and then we got the totals, and then percentage of disconnects. And during our data analysis, we love to look for outliers because scouters can make mistakes. They might hit a button once more time than they should, or they might just put the wrong team number and it completely skews your data. So that is things you guys should be looking at.
Yeah.
So calculation. So you're gonna have your quantitative data. So this tends to be your points, pieces, cycle times, easy things to like find out, and then you have your qualitative data. So usually it's like autom paths, did they start on the left side, right side, in the middle? How many fouls did they get? Did they get any tech fouls? Just things like this are very important to know when selecting because no one wants to lose to a foul. So, so there's a line selection. So during a line selection, the night before, we tend to make 2 lists. So our two lists consist of, are we in the picking position? And if we're not in the picking position, how else could it go down? For example, at Grits, everyone was there, I think. So for Grits, we created 2 lists, and it was if we were in top 8 and they allowed us to choose our alliances, or if we weren't allowed to choose it. We ended up creating 2 lists, and we compiled our data, and we said, okay, if we're in this position, we can choose this team. But if this team's already chosen by the time it gets to us, let's have our backups. It's always good to have a list and cross it off on, okay, this team got choose, can't exit out. This team got choose, exit out. And then we communicate with other teams as well. We might call a team and be like, hey, what are you guys thinking? That way we have a general idea of the teams that could possibly be available. This just makes alliance selection more smooth and just easier to do and less stressful. So yeah, the scouting app that we created for all PCH to use, we're calling it LineLink. And some of the benefit that we have from this is just it helps us clarify our data. It creates stronger PCH alliances, and it's going to help, I believe, everyone in our area, just because having more data to look at, it helps get away from variability, and we can just have overall better data in PCH. So this is what you guys will get when you sign up. So we're going to give about 2 people from each team permission to edit the scouting app, and the people from those 2 teams, you guys are able to add people to add like people from your team to the scouting alliance, because you do have to sign your email into it. And it also allows for a CSV for scouting leads, and you can copy the data if you guys want, and edit it, make it personal to your guys' self. So this is how you're going to sign up. If you guys want to scan the QR link right there. I don't know if you guys want to take a second to do that, but it's going to be, well, we'll put the link in chat.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that too.
So we're going to go ahead and put the link in chat. That way, I don't know if some of y'all are on your phone, but let's just take a second. Yeah. Okay. We're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so we're going to go through the app walkthrough. I'm going to stop screen recording for a second, but I'm going to pull it back up right after. Yeah, this is the full screen because the monitor is really huge. All right, everyone can see it? All right. So right here, this is how you guys will add people on here. It's simple, just as add user. You just type their email in, and then you'll get them in. Okay, and then this is our actual scouting app. So over here we have, hold on. Okay, so this is what we created for everyone to use. Right here we have the scouters team number. So this way, if you guys just want to be like, oh, I just want to look at what my team was scouting, you can just filter that through. Initials, because taking accountability for your scouting is always important, you have your state. This is a really cool feature. If you put Georgia right here, like the initials, and then you put 2024. Oh. If you put 2024, oh, it is. Sometimes it doesn't load, but it should come up with all the comps that are currently happening. So if you guys would like to set it up and split comps up, and that way you can look at data, or what we found better is creating a data set for each comp, and that way I just feel like it saves you time. And then we have the color alliances, and then we have match number and team number, which self-explanatory. So 1261, we came at the scouting app not from a points perspective, but we looked at this more as pieces scored. Just because the current game that is being played, points can be not the best way to look at this. That's how we felt. So we have mobility, we have fouls, we have amp pieces scored, and speaker scored. So yeah. And then for teleop, we have the same. And we have play defense on here. I don't know if other teams will use this as much, but we have it as an option. We have fouls and we have disconnects. And then we have climb, because we thought that harmony kind of counts as a whole alliance, while climb counts as like an individual robot. We have trapped, park, any notes you want to hit, and all you have to do is hit submit, and then it takes you to the home screen. That's how you know it's submit. So this is your data sets. Your data sets is where you can put all these things you have and then just shove it in here, and then it just has it perfect. If you guys want to export your data, you go right here, and you can put it into a CSV, and you can put it in Excel. You can put it in all these. So just in case you guys want to put it on your own spreadsheets, the option was created. Calculations. So calculations, all right, here. So calculations, you just pull it from the side right over here, guys, and then you block code it pretty much. So this was a little bit difficult, but RLD created videos that you can watch, and they show you guys how to create the calculations. And I really recommend that when you are using this, you guys should watch the videos, just because they were so useful in actually understanding the app. We gave you guys some examples of how you can do it. We really want this to be a PCH collaboration, so we would love it if you guys could get on here and create your own calculations and add on to this app, because really this is supposed to help everyone, and we would just love for you guys to do all that. And then field management. Just in case that you guys do not want something in there, you can just simply hit delete and it's completely gone. Graphs. So let's just make a test of this. So the way they created graphs is you have your x-axis and y-axis. So you just put team number, right? That's going to go in your x-axis, and then you can put in calculated fields, whatever number you want, and then it just gives you, very, very easy way to look at data. This app has been very user friendly for us, and it's just really made everything super easy. And yeah. Then tables, you guys can create tables where you can look at everything. So this was our table we created. As you see, we just use our team number several times. And all of our calculations, you just drag it on here. It's really just as simple as that, and your data will just show up. And just in case, you can always go in here and put preview table. It will open a new tab for you guys, and you can adjust. 1 second. Yeah, these are all the projects we've had on this. We'll show you this one. So over here, all you do is just adjust this, and it will filter it all out for you. So it's really easy to use, very user friendly. And then you can create a dashboard. We have not created one for this, but your dashboard can essentially throw on all your graphs you've created. You can put your tables, whoops, ignore that. You can put your tables there. And then you can put constraints where you can put like, I just want to filter out by team number. So you can put in like 1261. It will only show you 1261. Or you can filter it by match number. If you want to say, I just want to look at match 7, all you have to do is do match 7, and it will give you all the data for match 7. And then on top of that, you can do comp number, or you can do the comp you're at. Very, very useful for just looking at data quickly. But that's pretty much the app walkthrough. Does anyone have any questions about the app itself?
Hello.
Oh,
I'm wondering, is there any way that if we're trying to look at potentially different data or analyze different things than you guys already have chosen in the app, is there any way that we can customize it and make it like specific to us if we
yeah.
have things we scout for?
So what you can do with this is treat this more as like a template. If you guys really wanted, you could make a copy of the app and just edit it to make it more accustomed to 832. But if you do this, the one thing we ask is if you guys could just share data with us, because that's really what we want from all this. We want everyone to work together and like include everyone into this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But you can also just make your own edits on here. Um, we were discussing about potentially making a hub for everyone that works on this to talk with each other and just make this like amazing. I don't know if that would be something that interests people in this call, but that's been on our mind. And if
I
there's
think that'd
anything
be really
that's
cool.
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying I think that'd be a really cool idea.
And if there's like anything that's not on RLD because it is in beta, they have a great Discord where they're very responsive and very helpful. There's been certain like things that I wanted on here. I told them they got it done in maybe like a week or two. So they listen. So just keep that in mind if you like feel like, oh, I can't do this on the app. They'll make it happen.
How's the app for phone compatibility?
Phone, oh, perfect question. I forgot to go over this. So over here you can literally change like if you want to put on a phone screen, you can change like the display size. And the input form is actually formatted for phones. So if you look right here, hold on, give it a second. It's on a phone screen. So it's like this is how it'll look like on your phone. It won't look like all this extra stuff. It would just be this. And RLD also have created an app. And on this app, it just gives you your input form. You just sign in with your email, and they also have a viewer where you can view it all on your phone. So it is very compatible for anything you're using, I believe. Like, I know, Jacob, correct me if I'm wrong. Some like web browsers and some phones I don't think are compatible with RLD yet, but I'm not too sure.
It's Mozilla Firefox is not compatible, but pretty much every phone you're gonna find is generally compatible.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions, guys?
Just kind of wanted to know a little bit of the history behind this. So was this app made by like a paired contribution between RLD and 1261?
So RLD is the platform we use, but 1261 created this app. So the only thing that RLD did for us was gave us the platform to create this app. Think of it as like a sandbox, if that makes sense. They gave us the tools to create this, but it has been open for the public. We found this on Chief Delphi, so yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Any more questions, guys? Did I close out the slideshow? Hold on. There it is. We're just going to speed run our way back to our position. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, not share. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so if you guys want to go ahead and join the scouting app, we have the QR code right here, which is the link to it. I'll give you all a second for that one.
I have a question.
Sorry?
I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things we're trying to do is have a way to have alliance scouts as well as our individual robot scouts. who will be watching the alliances and taking lots of the data, like you're saying, how are they, what are the paths, how are they playing, things of that nature. Is there
So-
a way that we can collate all of that into one? So we're watching multiple matches, of course. I want to get all of those notes that people are taking for each team into one place for that team so that we have it all together in one place for each team that we're scouting.
So the way to do that is you can create a new input form on the scouting app, and you can have like as many input forms as you want. You can have one for alliance, you can have one for individual robots, you can have one for drive team, you can have one for pit scouting. You can create, RLD has created something where it's not exclusive to just like FRC. So
Mhm.
you can honestly add as much as you want on here. It's just figuring out a way to make it all make sense. Might be like a roadblock, but it is a possible capability of the app.
Okay, so that's good because we're trying to just get, you're watching making notes on 3 different teams at a time on the alliance
Hmm.
for each match. But at the end, you want to be able to say, okay, I want to see all the notes for team 832 across all of the matches and
Yeah,
have that all in one place.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it can do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other? Oh, go ahead.
Out of curiosity, you said that there was a Discord that RLD had for if we had any suggestions or issues with the app.
Yeah, we will send the Discord in chat right now.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions about this app or anything in the presentation? Did you get the link in chat?
I haven't put it on.
Oh, you haven't put it? Oh, I think someone.
Just did.
We took 2024. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to talk to me or Naisha about this, or our mentors about it, we have our information right here. You can also just contact our Instagram. We are very active on there, so we can answer any questions that you guys have. But
Last thing, might be a dumb question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is
No,
this
you're
like
fine.
available on the App Store
Say it again.
already? Is this like available on the App Store already, or is it like all online?
Yeah, no, RLD. It's called RLD Input, I believe, and yeah, if you just type that, it should be on the App Store. And then the one to view it is called RLD Viewer. I will say working on RLD on your phone has been a little bit of a difficulty for me. So it's better to work on it on the computer, but just use that as like how you input your data or how you're viewing your data. That's my recommendation.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. If there's no more questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to say thank you to Jacob and thank you for everyone else that has came to our meeting. It's really meant a lot to us. And one last thing, if you guys don't mind, can everyone turn on their cameras? We want to take a little photo of us doing this. Yeah, you can stop sharing. Nice.
Yeah, like.
Do you want us to get out the way?
So sorry. Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks everyone. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.